What's going on, guys? Stasio here with FlytPath.com. Now here on the table, Pgytech actually sent me their latest collection of bags. And if you guys aren't familiar with Pgytech, I talk about them a lot on this channel. I've reviewed a ton of their products, so I'll make sure a bunch of that is listed down below in the video description if you're looking for accessories for your drone or camera gear. And for those that are familiar with my channel, I talk about this one a lot. This is the One Mo backpack from Pgytech, and this has been out for a couple years now. This is actually the same bag that I used and packed it up when I went to CES to do all my interviews. And like I said, it came out a couple years ago, and it's still probably one of my go-to backpacks if I want to pack in a lot of gear. Now, the first thing you notice with these bags is kind of like this material, this style that Pgytech has been going with. Now, I keep trying to figure out what to call this thing because, of course, the actual terminology of this material is called a polyester that's coated with a PU coating. But the first thing that comes to mind when I see it and feel it is kind of like a smooth rubber in a way, but it is weather and water resistant. And this definitely is unique, I think, to Pgytech because I haven't really seen this style, and I do have a bunch of different backpacks. Now, to be honest, I'm not really a shoulder bag type of person. I normally will always rock a backpack, but when I went out recently for the past week and I was testing out a bunch of different drones, I wanted to kind of see if I could focus on bringing as light or as little gear as possible. And this is what I've been packing a lot of this stuff into. So let me quickly go through with you what I've been packing in some of these bags. And we'll start from smallest to biggest. This is, the Sling Bag. And when you look at a pack like this is kind of one of those fanny pack styles that a lot of people either wear over their chest or on their back or on their hip. But they did add in a couple of different things here that are unique to you don't really see on some of the regular kind of sling bags or fanny packs. On the very front, they have this kind of a secret pocket. You can't really tell it's a pocket, but it actually expands out to hold a full-size water bottle. You would never think that in something this small. I have my drone in here. I have the Mini 2 as well as the controller that sits right there on the inside of the bag. Now I actually have the dividers removed because I wanted to carry the drone. But when I was on a hike recently, I brought this with me just to hold all of my action cameras. So my GoPro, my Osmo Action, my Action 2, as well as my 360 cameras, all were fitting in here while I went on a little hike. This is a 3-liter bag, and on the side here, there's a little zipper on the side, has a bunch of the pockets, very similar to how we have on the backpack. They have pockets here for all your batteries, your cables. I was actually carrying my wallet in here as well. And all the bags come with this little magnet. It's green on one side, red on the other side, which you actually stick on here to show that if you have a full battery or if there's battery charge on this pocket right there, you just keep it on green. And if you deplete a battery, you put that in there, flip it over onto the red side. Just a little indicator for you to know when you're in the field if you wanted to grab something out of your bag. And you have a little slim pocket here, but it's actually held down by a magnet. And once you pull it open, it actually has a lot of slots in there again for all of your stuff, like your cables. I had a chapstick and things like that while I was going hiking. So a lot of room, even though it is a very small bag. And then even here on the very back of the bag, there's another couple pockets. And moving up in size from the Sling Bag, we do have now the 6-liter bag from Pgytech. This is the One Go 6-liter shoulder bag, and very similar design, of course. You can actually open everything up. We have a pocket here on the very front. And what I like is that when you do open it up, you're able to have this around your shoulder. And they have these little hooks right here that prevent it from opening up all the way, but you can also take it off if you want it to be flat. But kind of cool, just keep it like this. That way you can easily access all of your gear, swing it around, open it up, and have access to all the pockets without it actually opening up all the way unless you really want it to. Well, I'm gonna carry this one around with me if I just wanted to carry around my one camera and some accessories. Some things on the side. I have my Osmo Action 2. I have my power bank. But what's nice about this one too is that not only can you carry your camera gear and all your accessories, on the very back here, there is an area to hold your full-size iPads. And on the front, very similar to what we had on the Sling Bag. We have those same pockets here on the very front that can hold all of your batteries, cables. These little tabs here, these little color tabs, are also a good thing to use, especially if you have things like this. Fits right on the bottom, almost all of the plate screws. And moving on from the 6-liter, we now go to the bigger. This is a 10-liter bag for, of course, a little bit more gear, but not as much as you're gonna want in something like a backpack. Very similar style, of course, as all of these. And one thing I didn't talk about is that we do have hooks around the whole bag, and now you can actually carry around a tripod here at the very bottom. So if you do have something like a small tripod or a monopod, you can easily strap it down there because the bags actually come with a bunch of these straps and hooks all the way around. And as far as the inside goes, we do have a little bit of a change here because kind of cool that they included this right here, which I really like. It's more of like a clamshell, kind of a hard clamshell to hold your accessories and gear on this top pocket. Right now I just have a couple extra batteries for my camera, have my AirPods here at the very top, and there you go. A little more protected because if you do have something here, like your camera and other gear, you might not want something pushing up against it, so they have this little harder shell. Tripod, I have my camera, which sits down there, and here's the one if you wanted to carry around another lens. This is the 70-180 lens. So if you have like something like a 70-200, this is something that you want if you're going to carry multiple lenses with you. This bag can actually carry or hold a 13-inch MacBook Pro. So if you do have a MacBook Pro or something around the same size as a 13-inch, it does fit perfectly in this back slot here, which is also closed by a zipper, which is all weather sealed on the back. The one thing I do like about this bag, as well as this one right here, is that they have these rotating hooks for your shoulder. Sometimes if it's a fixed angle, normally it's always going to be pulling or snagging. The great thing is this one right here has this rotating one. So whichever way you're holding it and whichever way you're moving, it actually moves with you. And that's just something that you don't normally see. And like I mentioned, if you don't want to carry a camera around, easily can carry something like this. Mavic Air 2 fits right in here. If you want to use my case as well, a little added protection on there on top, but you have more than enough room to hold your drone, your remote control. Drone batteries can all fit up in here. So definitely universal, not just for camera gear, but like me, I was carrying around a bunch of my drone gear in here, as well as in this bag right there. Another unique feature is Pgytech's strap adjustment right here. Makes it super easy and comfortable if you wanted to make any adjustments while you're out there. Just has this little unique kind of pull tab system on their bags. And there it is, guys. Some new bags from Pgytech. This matches up with their Onego lineup. So if you're looking at having some options when you go out into the field and you want something a little bit smaller and not carry around a backpack, make sure to check these out. I'll leave all the links down below in the video description. Pgytech is actually having a full launch and release discount actually for my viewers, and they're actually giving my audience a 10% discount on their gear. So if you guys use the links down below, type in FlytPath at checkout and receive an extra discount from Pgytech. As always, if you guys got some value from this video, a big like would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget to take advantage of the sale. Use those links down below, type in FlytPath at checkout for a 10% discount. Also, I'll leave the links to the reviews I did on the previous bags that I talked about. Those will be down below in the video description. This is Ultra Stasio with FlytPath.com. I'll see you guys next video. Take care.